I will give everyone a couple more minutes to join up in the meeting, just 2 more minutes here. Can everyone see the design here that I've got pulled up? Okay. Okay, as people file in, we can kind of catch them up to speed here. Just, I guess we have a smaller breakout room here. We can go through introductions. My name is Adam Jaden. I'm the construction PM for these projects. Here to lead the discussion. If you have questions, myself, Cameron, can help answer those. Cameron, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Cameron Scheidler. I'll be working on the design for this corridor with Parsons. I'll hand it over to Kevin.
Thanks, Cameron. Hey, everyone. I'm Kevin. I'm with OV Consulting. We worked on the concept design for Virginia.
Jamie, you want to introduce yourself and which block you live on?
Yeah, sure. So I actually live on Patton off of Morrison, but I take Virginia to get down to the Platte.
Okay.
And also I recently had my vaccine booster, so that's why I am feeling kind of sick. So I sound a little sick.
Well, we appreciate you being here while you're a little under the weather.
Yeah, thanks for having the meeting.
And Daisy, if you'd like to share where you live on the block.
Hi, everyone. I'm just Daisy Rocha Vasquez, counseled with Councilwoman Jamie Torres. So just kind of hearing out the what residents have to say.
Okay. Jamie, was there anything from the presentation or specific elements of the design you'd like to see? We're kind of here just at your service.
Yeah, it seems like it. Great service. Yeah, so I've been on Kentucky also, which I feel like you guys did a really similar thing to recently. And I think the bump outs, the pinch points is what I meant. The pinch points are working really well. Would love to see maybe one of those by the school also. And I guess at those at the intersection, sorry, if you'll scroll west a little bit. Yeah, at these intersections which are offset, in my experience, drivers really can't see bicyclists very well. And don't really, I think probably because the stop signs are like offset like that, it is really not treated as a four-way stop very much. So I don't know if there's, I can see you guys are doing a little bit extra around there, but just like anything extra you can do at those offsets, four-way stops would be awesome.
Yeah, and it's something that we recognize as well that these are not the greatest designs, but we're kind of working with our existing infrastructure.
Right.
We've added these bike symbol or the sharrows in the middle to show, and then we've also removed the bollards and flex posts in there in case cyclists want to do a little shortcut through or kind of wait here and make sure cars aren't coming. But it's something we're tweaking and something that we recognize. I've been in multiple discussions where we're talking about how to handle these offset intersections, like you said. They're not comfortable. I don't think they're comfortable for vehicles even. You're making that quick right into a quick left.
Yeah.
If you're continuing on Virginia. But, we're thinking that, with having these curb extensions, kind of reduces speeds as cars are turning, tightens that up a little bit, makes them aware that, it's not just vehicles on this facility. Various cyclists as well that are kind of being prioritized in this area.
Have you guys ever considered roundabouts for those?
So maybe Cameron, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but for those, we don't have the width because fire vehicles need to get around them still. And it just kind of creates this awkward room where there's not really room for cars to turn. There's not room for fire trucks, which is probably the most important reason for that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's a turn radius function, and that's also why the flex posts aren't in the bulb outs that are in
Gotcha.
the center of the intersection.
Yeah, and then I guess just based on my experience with Kentucky, cars parking in the bike lane is probably going to be the biggest issue. So I don't know if there's anything that could be done about that, but
Yeah, it's tough. The one thing we kind of have going for us, I hope, is that, these are more industrial uses down here. Hopefully it's not residents parking. Hopefully it's not large trucks parking, but we've got a great partnership with our right-of-way enforcement folks. Typically, we'll give them a heads up if we're installing one of these facilities, get the notices out early or get no parking signs up early. And that doesn't always work. But it's the best we can do until, we have a better way of enforcing this constantly, through more right-of-way enforcement folks or things like that.
yeah. I kind of forgot that this Lipan crossing was part of this. This is the space where I probably came the closest to dying from a car on a bicycle. And I don't know if there's any way to solve this problem, but it's very difficult to see what's coming on Lipan. Though what happened to me is that I was just waiting to cross there, heading west on Virginia, and a car coming off Lipan made an extremely sharp left turn into the right lane, and I had to jump out of the way. So that's not really something that bike safety could help with. Anything to just slow down drivers on Lipan maybe, or draw attention that tons of bicyclists are crossing there.
Yeah,
because they are coming off the Platte.
Yeah, we've got the green conflict markings for now. Because of the train tracks, at least on the south side here, we don't really have the option of installing curb extensions or the flex post curb extensions. But I think that's something we should note in Conveo. I can get it added on there as well as talk with the design team. Kevin, maybe you have some background from the planning side of things, bringing it up to this design.
Can I just ask, are those train tracks in use?
They are
Okay.
currently in use. I think it's pretty rare that it's come through the area. But yeah, we hear you on your concerns here. This is definitely a tough location. Adam was just speaking a little bit about how we have some visibility concerns here, and that's really due to the train tracks and this view going across the intersection. We were evaluating installing an always stop control early on here, but it was really the visibility that caused some concerns with that concept. And it's
Sorry, installing a what?
An always stop control. So
gotcha.
Yeah, right. It's the northbound approach there that because of the train tracks, the stop line would have to be set back pretty far south. And
gotcha.
Yeah, that raises some concerns with how it would operate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. People are going very fast on Lipan. That's one of my ways that I can get to work, and I have been avoiding it ever since that incident with the car. So,
Kevin, sorry, keep putting you on the spot. I guess was anything looked into, regarding the north side, if we could do curb extensions there, or is it something we can look further at in design?
I think we're going to have to take another look in design. We considered also a three-way stop, but because they're so they're not typical at all, it might add to driver confusion. So yeah, we didn't proceed with that. I think that some speed mitigation measures would have to be looked at in design.
Yeah, like maybe even a speed camera on Lipan or something. I don't know. I don't know what the speed limit is actually along there. If it's 25 or 30. But it's also just tough to see, like, especially looking southbound, because, the train tracks like bump up quite a bit. They're a little hill there, so it's tough to see that direction. Can you go back up to the far west side?
All the way?
Since I'm the only one here, I'm just gonna make you guys
feel
keep
free
doing
to
this.
ask away. This is what we're here for.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys, why did you decide to stop it at Knox?
I believe it's because it connects to the Knox Court neighborhood bikeway.
Oh, okay.
So that provides that connection between the two facilities there.
Yeah. Because, like Perry is also a bike path, or a bike, not a path, but a bike corridor. Anyway, just wondering. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any other questions or thoughts for you guys. You guys should put in a roundabout at Patton and Exposition. It's an enormous, weird open space. It's currently a four-way stop that confuses everyone.
That as well. Yeah, and I guess while you're here, I can share the next step slide.
Cool.
If you want to comment, we have it open until December 19th.
Okay.
Feel free to add comments. I've taken some notes here on Lipan to get, add to Conveyo, make sure that we're taking a look at that in design.
Cool.
You can also contact us via the project hotline or the bike's email. You'll get a response from a team member if you send an email or a call to either of those. Just general schedule. Come spring 2022, we'll be wrapping up design with construction starting next fall. That's not a hard date. Things can shift as we adjust our design, but by 2023, we should be into construction.
Okay. What does it mean by 60% designs?
So 60% designs. So we typically have submittals of 30%, which is kind of like concept level. 60%, we start to add details, things like that. And then from 60%, once we kind of get comments, make those changes, we move forward to these are concrete.
Okay.
So at this stage, we've got some public input. We're kind of just making sure that everything we're showing, we're not missing anything major to take that through to final plans that are going to be constructed.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, whatever you can do to mitigate cars parking in the bike lane, that would be awesome. Also, as I'm sure you know, there are a lot of very large trucks in this neighborhood who can be pretty aggressive towards bikes, or maybe just can't even see bikes. So anything that falls into their line of sight to alert them to bicyclists would be good. But other than that, thank you so much.
No problem. And yeah, we'll be here.
Okay, thanks.
Yep, have a good one.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to the
Those are
main
probably
room.
those are probably much more lively than this one.
Thank you, though.
I guess, Kevin, do you know, do we just hang out in case someone pops in for the next 15 minutes?